Hey guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to another 1 hour crafting episode. As you know, we're doing fall projects every Friday this month, and we're actually going to continue this all the way to November. We're gonna maybe transition into some more like a gratitude type of projects, and I'm just excited. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and make sure that you have your notifications on so you don't miss any videos. So today I'm going to be making a little spooky haunted house mini album, and we're going to be working directly on your 12 by 12 cardstock. So any 12 by 12 paper that you have, you can use, especially if you have like something that is one-sided or double-sided. Either way will work for this. It's a collection by DCWV, and I had this on my stash. So also the idea of this series is to kind of work on whatever collection you have, but this I picked up from Joann's some time ago. Definitely not this year. I don't think I picked up any Halloween cardstock this year. I might be wrong on that statement, but let's go ahead and start working on this. So there's no cutting guide for this project, because you can apply the same concept and basically use size it any way you want. You can even create like 6x6, use your 6x6 paper pads and create like a little smaller version of this book. I think that will actually be really cute. So I'm going to start with 4 pieces, and this paper is double-sided, but again, if you have one-sided paper, that actually works really good for this project as well. So I'm just gonna pick 4 different sheets here. So those 4 will be cute. And then also I'm gonna try to I want to make the pages different sizes. They don't all have to be exactly the same. It's gonna look kind of like a deconstructed type of book. So I'm going to start with one of these pieces here, and I'm going to cut this first one at, let's say, 8 by 10. Okay, and for all of these pieces we're going to be scoring in half. Okay, so we're gonna score here along the 10 at 5 inches. Okay, and we're gonna fold this in half, and then we're gonna be making the shape here of the house. So we'll do those at the end. So right now we just want to cut the pieces and fold them in half. And so the next one, we can make maybe a smaller piece here. So this can be maybe 7, and we can do 7 by 9 and score along the 9 inches at 4.5. Okay, and then again you're gonna fold these along your score line. So here's your next page, and then the next one I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. So let's cut this at 10, and I'm gonna make this page more on the narrow side, so 8. Okay, so 10 by 8, and I'm going to score along the 8 inches at 4. Okay, and then we're gonna fold along the score lines here. Okay, so see a long narrow page for that one. And then for my last one, maybe I will make let's do a bigger piece. So maybe like a 9. We can do a 9 by 12. Okay, and we're going to score these along the 12-inch side at 6, and then we're gonna fold along the score lines. Okay, so now to make the shape of the house, we're going to mark at half. So basically, if this measures 6 inches here, we're just gonna do a little tip at the 3-inch mark, and then it basically just depends what shape you want to give it. You can make it more pointy and go down a little bit more, or you can make it more like square. You can definitely play with the different house shapes to make your book more whimsical. So I'm just gonna go from 3, and then I'm gonna do 3 here, and that is where I'm going to cut. So since I marked the 3 here, I don't know if you guys probably can see it, but I'm going to go ahead and mark the 3 on this side too, and the 3 on this side too. Okay, so hopefully that will be easier to see. And I'm going to use my other cutter. This one is easier to kind of see these little lines, and we're just gonna put that right there. So you're gonna match the 2 lines and cut the first part of your house, and then on the other side you're gonna do the same. Okay, and then I'm gonna go from the tip to the little 3-inch mark that I made. Okay, so this is gonna be the first page, and we still have the opening. So here's where we're gonna connect to your hinge. So that's gonna be the first one. We can do the same for the other pieces as well. So this one measures 4. So I'm going to cut this or mark here at 2. And then for this one, I'm going to mark maybe at 3.5 to make it more pointy. And I'm gonna mark on the other side as well. Okay, and then we're gonna go and match those 2 lines. It's hard to see on the black cardstock. I can barely see my little pencil mark, but there we go, you get the idea. So now we're gonna cut the other side. Okay, so here's the little 3-inch mark, and then I'm just matching the point, the tip of the house there. Okay, so here's the next page, and if you want your book to be more even, you can just create the same page multiple times, and then you have the same going through. Now for this next one, I'm going to make the mark here. So this measures 4.5, so we're gonna mark at 2.25, and then maybe I'll mark at 2.25 here. Let's do 2.5. Okay, and then same for this side, 2.5, and then I'm gonna mark up 2.25. And now we're just gonna cut, match these 2 lines here. Oops, I moved it. That's okay. I'm just gonna go like this. Okay, and let's do the other side. Hopefully we won't move it. I'm just gonna match the little line right in there. So I'm gonna hold it. There we go. Okay, so here's this other house. This one looks so uneven. I don't think I cut this right. Right? I mean, if we're talking about whimsical, we can keep it. But I'm actually going to try to match what I need. So this needs to be cut here. I don't know how, see, it was hard to see the line, so I don't know which line I got. No problem. We're just gonna fix this here really quick, like that. Okay, that looks more like it, and that is this page. And then we have the last one here. So this one measures 5, so we're gonna mark at 2.5, and I'm going to mark at 3. Okay, so same on this side, we're gonna mark at 3, and then we're just gonna cut from the 2.5 little mark to the side, and then same thing for this other section. Okay, and so there we go. So now we have the base pages. Let me take this out. Okay, And I do want to make sure this is even. I don't know if you can see, there's a little black going over, so I'm just gonna even this out. I don't think it matters, but it just bothers me. So same thing for this one, just take that little bit out. This one's fine, and then this one also has just a little bit of that. Okay, so we have the pages. Now for maybe we should do, I think we should do a couple more, but okay, let's start with this. So what we're gonna do next is create the hinge to join these together. And what you want to do is measure the smaller one. So this is the smaller one here, and I'm going to measure this section right there. So that is 4 inches exactly. And so I'm going to use one of my scrap pieces, and this measures 4, so I'm just gonna use this one here, and we're gonna make the hinge with this piece. Okay, so I'm gonna use this other side, and we're going to score first. This, by the way, is 4 by 10, so I'm going to score at 1, and then we're gonna score at 1.5. Then I'm going to do 2 1/4, 3, okay, and then 3 1/2, 4 1/4, 5, 5 1/2, 6 1/4, 7, okay, 7 1/2, and then 8 1/4, and 9. Okay, so that's what we're gonna have for now. And so what you want to do is fold. So I'm gonna repeat the measurement. So you're gonna score at 1, 1 1/2, and then you're gonna do 2 1/4, 3, 3 1/2, 4 1/4, 5, 5 1/2, 6 1/4, 7, 7 1/2, 8 1/4, and 9. And I believe we might want to score here again at 9 1/2. Okay, so let's see if that will work. So we're gonna join together the 3/4 inch sections. So we have a 1 inch and a 1/2 inch, and then we have 2 3/4 inches. So those two we're gonna pinch together and just kind of make the first little hinge here. Then skip the 1/2 inch, do the next one. Okay, join those two, skip the 1/2 inch, join here, skip, and join. Okay, and then we are going to press down, press down, press down. So we have 4 hinges, and then from the back we're going to glue that together. So you can add tape or glue. I'm just gonna do glue here. Okay, so you want to tape together the hinge, the inside part of the hinge. Okay, so same thing for this next one. Okay, join together, and then add more glue. So the glue goes behind one of the 3/4 inch sections that you are joining together. Okay, so here's the next. Okay, and then join together. So here we go. So now we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 hinges for your book. And then we're going to add our pages. So notice our pages can open, and so the point is to glue one on one side, and then you're gonna close these and glue it together. Okay, I'm not gonna keep this open as a pocket. I'm just gonna glue the whole thing because I feel like it needs to be a strong page. So if you make it into a pocket, you might damage the front here a little bit. So I'm going to add the glue on the first hinge front, and you can add tape. And so make sure that you are not adding this page all the way in. You want to leave it give it a space here on the hinge. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this first piece. Okay, and then we're gonna go on the back. Okay, so here's your back, and just glue the whole thing down. Okay, so we're just adding glue, and I'm gonna add some more glue here, and then we're just going to close this. Okay, so here is our first page. Let's wait for this to dry. Let me add more glue. Okay, so that's the first one. Now we're gonna do the same for the other 3 pages. So, and you don't have to add them like in order, but I think I'm gonna go with this one next. So the idea is also to kind of see the layers, right, and not put the biggest one on front, because then you won't see that one. Okay, so then we're gonna go on the next hinge and add the glue. Maybe you can add the glue on the back of the hinge. Okay, and then we can open this up and just put this here. Okay, so move that out of the way, and then suppress down, and then I can glue the other flap here down. So hopefully this is going straight. I think this is going a little crooked. Okay, let me move it. Let's see, so right here. Okay, so let me add more glue. Okay, and then we can glue this down. Okay, so really a lot of glue on the edge. Okay, and now we can close this right here like this. Oops. Okay, there you go. And then press down. Okay, so there we go. Now we have the second page. Wait for that to dry a little bit, but we can now add the next one. So I think the next one is going to be this one. Let's see how this looks. So we have 1, 2. Maybe we can put this, the tower, and then this one here on the back. We can do it like that, or we can do it like this. Yeah, so this will cover the tower. So we want to put the tower page first. Okay, so again, we're gonna glue these down. So I'm just gonna add the glue here, and we're gonna put this right there. Okay, and then we're going to just glue the rest here. Okay, so now I'm just going to close this page and press down. Okay, so make sure you have this hinge glued really good. And then we're going to do this last page, and so that's gonna go right here. Okay, so I'm just adding the front. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you want to do the front and then the back, it's okay. And now we're just going to close this panel and just add the glue. Okay, and close this and press down. Okay, so there we go. So we still have the 2 hinges on the front and back for the covers, but we can go ahead and see how this is going along. Look how cute. I love the different layers and sizes of this type of book. And so that is the spine here. And so next we're gonna be working on the front and back covers. Okay, so for the covers I am going to be using some chipboard. So I'm just using some leftover pieces that I have. This one is about 6 by 12 and this one is 5 by 12. So I'm going to be cutting one for the front and one for the back. Okay, so the front piece is going to be 5, let's do 5 by 6. Okay, and then along the 6 inches we are going to mark at 2. Okay, and I'm going to mark on both sides. So now I'm going to mark at 4 here. So you want to go 2 inches from the top down on each side, and then at the center we're going to mark at 2.5. Okay, because that is 5. So 2.5, and then we're going to cut on those little lines to get the shape of this book here. Okay, so there we go. And then so that's gonna be the front of the house, and I just want to make sure that it fits. Look how cute. Oh, I love it. Okay, and then for the back I'm gonna make a larger piece. So whatever my longest piece is, which is this one, which is 9.5, I'm gonna make it about the same. So I'm gonna cut this at 10. Okay, so this will be 10 by 6, and then I'm going to mark here at 3 inches, and then maybe for this back piece I'll go down 3 inches. Okay, so I'm gonna mark 3 inches from the top down, and so from the other side will be 7 inches, right? Then from the top down. Okay, so again you have the center and you have the 2 sides going down 3 inches from the top, and we're now just going to cut here, and this one cut there as well. Okay, so that's gonna be the back panel. So I'm just gonna put it here so I can see how this is going to look. So it's gonna go like that, and then this one's gonna go here on the front. So I just love all the layers, and now we're just going to go ahead and cover this up with our cardstock. And so here's where you want to know, you want to pick kind of what piece you want to put on the top, on the front of your book. So I think for the front of my book I want these skulls. How cool is this? And maybe I'll do the same for the back, but you're gonna need 2 sheets. Oh, look at that. So I'm gonna use this flower. Wow, it's really gothic and out. Okay, so first I'm going to cut this at 6 inches here. I'll take out this little top piece, and so we're gonna cut this at 6, and we're going to glue this piece down. So you want to glue it on the back side for the front. Okay, so let me add my glue here. So that is going to go right there, and we're now just going to cut the extra. Okay, so here's this piece. I'm just gonna press down, and then for the back piece, what I'm going to do is just simply put this here on top. Okay, I'm not gonna glue it, I'm just gonna trace it and cut it. Okay, so you don't want to glue the back piece yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the shape of this house here. Okay, and so you're gonna have the one side cover and the other side not attached yet, but ready to go, right? And then we're gonna do the same for this other one. So we're gonna start by gluing what we want, which is this. Okay, so I'm gonna add my glue. Okay, we're gonna put this down. Okay, so there we go. And then we are going to cut right here, and then cut here. Okay, so we're just gonna press. And then I'm just going to take out any extras that we have. Okay, there we go. And now we're just gonna do the same for the other piece. We're just gonna place it on top, and we're just gonna cut this here. Okay, and then see if I can just cut it. Okay, so there we go. So now we have the one side cover and the other side basically ready to go here. And now we're just gonna attach this to our book. So first I'm going to start with the front. So on the front we have this 1 inch section, so we're gonna add the glue right there, and we're gonna put the cover. Okay, so place it right there like that, and then you're gonna turn this to the back. Okay, make sure that is glued, and we're going to glue this other piece here on top now. Okay, so we're just gonna secure that hinge with this page. Okay, so let's add some glue and place this right here on top and press down. Okay, and then we're going to do the same for the back. Now for the back we only have this little 1/2 inch section to attach it, which should be okay. If you think it's not enough, you can add here a bigger piece of cardstock to make this longer, but I think we should be fine. So now the question is, do I want the skeletons facing the front like that, or do I want the skeletons facing the back and then this piece facing the front here? Okay, so maybe I want that option, and to be quite honest, I don't like either. So I might just cut another sheet, so don't mind me as I change my mind. I think this one here, yeah, I think I'm gonna cut this piece on this cardstock. So I'm just gonna hold it there, and I might have used this for something similar because I see the tracing mark in there too. I think I did a coffin album last year or something like that. So if you're looking for more Halloween videos, check out my previous like, I think it will be like the 13 days of Halloween series from previous years. They are on a playlist, so if I'll just link it below so you guys can check out the playlist. Okay, so here we go. So I think that goes more with the whole thing here. Okay, so now we're gonna glue this piece here. So I'm just gonna add glue, this little 1/2 inch, and then we're gonna put that right there. Okay, so just hold it, make sure it's glued, and make sure it's dried once you add it right here. Okay, and then we're gonna add this piece, and you want to make sure you add a lot of glue here on this little section, and then we're going to glue this down. Okay, so there we go. There's our little Halloween house. Look how cute the base is. I mean, you can see all the layers. I love that this paper has that gold foil to it. So I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit. Some of those. This one's fine. And then here, this one, I think this one's fine too. And then you can etch, you can add some ink to the edges as well if you wanted to. I won't do it for everything. I might do it off camera, but you don't want to see like the side of the chipboard here, so you can ink that and just make it more dark and vintage. Okay, so like that. Mainly the top here. Okay, and then top. Some ink. For some reason, this castle kind of is giving me like Dracula vibes or something like that. I was watching a video on YouTube about this like this lady went to this castle on the UK that was the castle that was inspired, oh, I guess the inspiration for the Dracula's castle. And it's like a huge castle on like the top of a hill. I don't know where it is. I know it's the UK, but it was really fun to kind of watch the outside, and I can totally see the inspiration for Dracula. I read Dracula last year for the first time, and I mean, I've watched a million movies about Dracula, but I think the story is so interesting, and I really like the book, how it's like interview style, and you get into like the personality of the vampire. It was really cool. Okay, so then there we go. I'm just done edging all of that, so I ended up just doing it. And okay, so there we go. So now what we're gonna do is just kind of make this look more like a castle or like a house, so we can make a little door. So let's see if I have, maybe I'll just use this black cardstock piece. I'm gonna cut this at maybe 2 by 3.5, and then we're just gonna make it into a door. I'm just gonna fold this and just kind of hand sketch the door. I mean, if you have dies, that will be really fun to use as well. Oops. Or if you use your crickets for this, which I have and I never use. So I have to start using my Cricut machine. So I'm just gonna ink these around, and I'm just mainly using this because it's black, so any black piece will do. And then you can use a piece of chipboard, like some of your scraps, to glue here on the door. To kind of add some volume to this. Right, so we're gonna put that right there. Just gonna cut the sides. Okay. So it's all about, you know, how much detail you want to add to your castle. Okay, I ended up cutting the whole thing. Okay, so that's the door, and that can go here. But another thing that we can add to this door, maybe it's like an opening gate to it. Maybe I'll use the same paper and just cut another piece here. Actually, this is about 2 inches, right? So I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 1.5. Okay, so 1.5 and 1.5, and I'm going to score these two at 1/2 inch, okay, along the 1.5, and then we can make like these doors. Make it look like the door is opening, something like that. So we can just go ahead and add 1 on each side here. Okay, so I'm going to add the glue and add this piece. I'm actually thinking maybe I should add it like this, and because this is gonna be open. Okay, I already did this, so it's okay. So I'm going to add this piece here. Okay, so what I was trying to do is put it in reverse, so this is gonna be open, so you see the black side instead of this side when it's open, but that's okay. And so we're gonna put these here, okay, on the other side of the door. And now we're just gonna trim the shape of the door here. Okay, and then close it and also trim the shape of the door. And so there we go. Okay, so now we're just gonna go like that and just ink this whole thing. So we're just gonna ink all around, and then we're just gonna ink here. There's something about doors that I just really like. I love making little opening window pieces And now I actually want to hide the hinges, so I'm going to do another piece here. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this at 2, and then we're gonna glue this right there. Okay, I just want to hide those hinges. Okay, and this could be a really cute place for a picture as well. Okay, so that's the door. Now I'm just going to trim this again. I'm gonna go like this. And ink. So here's our little door. How cute is this? I love it. You can add a little picture there as well. And that's gonna go on the front of our castle. Okay, so let's glue this whole piece. Let's glue this whole piece down. Okay, how cute does this look? Now this book, as you can see, is very squeezable. So if you don't like it like that, we can go ahead and add a piece of chipboard on the side to kind of stop that from moving, and then it will be a more sturdy piece. But keep in mind your pages might not open as flat. Okay, but since I want this to be displayed on my bookcase, I'm actually gonna add that piece so that way this is not like moving too much. And so this is going to be 4. Let's do 4. And let me actually check. This is 1/2 inch. This is 2 inches. No, 2.5. So I'm going to cut this at 4 by 2 1/4. Okay, so 4 by 2 1/4, and then we're gonna glue these right there like that. Okay, but before I glue it, I'm going to cover this up with cardstock. So I don't know if I want to use some of that, or maybe I would use this one. Yeah, I think this one is gonna be good for the cover. And then let's just add the glue. Okay, let's put that right there. And then we're gonna trim. And we're going to ink. Okay, so might as well ink this piece too. Okay, and then we're just going to glue this here. Okay, so you're gonna have to hold your hinges perpendicular so you can be able to glue this down right there like that. So I'm going to add my glue. Okay, a lot of glue, and then we're going to put this right here like that. And again, you're gonna hold it open. I'm just putting my fingers in between the gussets so this won't close for now. Okay, so hold the edges. Maybe I can press this down here. Okay, oh look how cool this looks like that. Okay, so let's give this a second to dry. It might not be dried all the way, so I'm gonna add more glue to finish up this side right there. So when you add this piece, it's very important to leave a space, so you don't want to go over this spine The spine is 2.5, so this is 2.25. So we need the space so this page can open. Okay, if you make this too long, these covers will not be able to open. Okay, so just holding that for a second. And the last thing that we're gonna do is gonna be some cute little layout. Oh, I love it. So we're gonna do some layouts for the inside of the pages. And for this, we're just gonna use our scraps. So I have a lot of scraps here. For example, this piece is gonna be 5, and this is by 12, so I can score. And excuse the mess, it's quite messy here, so I'm just gonna get rid of these. And so we're gonna score this piece at 4 and 8, and then just fold it to make a little accordion fold piece. So this could be one idea, and you can have it facing this way or facing that way, and we can put these on one of our pages. So this can probably go on this page, maybe back here. Okay, we can put that right there, and we have a place for pictures. Now maybe I want to add some like twine to keep that close. So I'm just gonna add these on the back to keep this close. Okay, so just a little piece, and I'm just gonna tie this here. Okay, this bow is not giving, so it's okay. All right, so we're gonna have something like that, and then we can glue this down. So let me add some tape on the back. Okay, so let's put 1 and 1 here, and then we can add this piece. Okay, so you can put it on any page that you want. We can put it here, we can put it on the back. I think this makes a good contrast with that background, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add it right. So that's gonna be one like example of layout that you can do using your scraps. Super easy. And then for the longer castle piece, maybe I can use some of these here. You just need small pieces. So this is gonna be 6. Okay, and maybe I can use this one too. Let me cut that. So I'm gonna do 5.5 instead of 6. Okay, just because I have that weird circle on the center. And then for these ones, we're going to score. So this measures about 2.5, and this is by 5.5. So I'm gonna score this at 2 3/4. Right. Find a half. There we go. And same thing for this one, 2 3/4. And again, just giving you examples. You don't have to have the same measurements as I have here. You can play with your scraps. And then I am going to just round the corners for this little piece. So it looks like a cute little booklet. Okay, And then we can bring our hook, and then we can add those two pieces there. We can probably add it on the front maybe, and if you would like, you can also add a little magnet to keep this closed. Okay, so I'm just gonna put one and two here. So really cute, because this also kind of looks like windows, right? So, and then you open it and you open it, and then you have places for pictures there. You can do the same on the back. And I'm just gonna do one more, again following the same concept, using the scrap pieces that I have. And maybe for this back piece, let's add this here. And so I'm just gonna cut these measures. I'm gonna do 4, and then we can do another accordion fold. So I'm just gonna score this one along the 12 at 3, 6, and 9. Okay, so it's a smaller accordion fold, and we're just gonna fold it like that. Okay, and we can add these. I'm just gonna cut a little bit of this edge that is showing. Okay, and then we can add another one of these strings, so these can stay close. And again, you can make multiples of these little pieces here. Okay, so on the back, we're gonna add the tape. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna add 2 pieces here. Okay, so let's go ahead and add these to our book. Oops, here we go. And so since this is a smaller layout, so maybe instead of putting it here, I'm going to you can either put it behind this castle again, or we can add it to the smaller pages. So I'm gonna put it on the inside cover here. Okay, so there we go. Press down. I'm gonna tie this again. Okay, it's a little bit so difficult. My nails are way too long at this point, so I need to get them done. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut that. And so there we go. You can continue adding little layouts and flaps like that. I think these are super fun to have. You can do them on different sizes. You can have more accordion folds and just kind of have fun adding elements to your little mansion, haunted house. I'm just gonna finish up by adding some of these like pieces that I have, these black like stickers, and I think these come in a row, I hope. And so we can add them on some of these. Oh yeah, there we go. So we can add these like on the house. Okay, so I'm just gonna add that one, and then let's do this side here. Oh, look at that. perfect size to go all the way around. And then maybe some on some of the other pieces. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe this long castle needs one. Okay, so let's see if I can take this out. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right here. And I just found these on my stash. I don't even know when I got these and how long I've had it for. I was actually looking for flowers for a different project, and I saw these and I just kept it here on the side of my desk thinking I probably can use that for something. And so here we go, we're using it right now instead of hoarding it. Okay, so we're gonna put that there, and I need another, like a small section, so maybe here. Okay, so just a little section to finish that up. And here we go, put that here. And so look at this now, look what a difference that makes. Just has a little edge. I might add another one on this back piece. And I think that's gonna be it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed making this little book with me. I am so sorry about all the mess. You know, crafting is like cooking, I said before. If we're not cleaning as we go, we make a big mess. But I really had fun making this book for you guys. I hope that you had fun as well, and I hope that you give it a try. And if you do, please do let me know how yours turned out. Send pictures to my Facebook group, or you can tag me on Instagram. I always love to see your final projects as you know, follow the tutorials. It's fun to see your point of view as well, and what papers you have put into your books, and it's just really fun. So I'm going to finish decorating this little book, and I'll be back with a final walkthrough for you guys as well. And so thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate your comments and all your support to my channel. And if you made it this far into the video, make sure to leave the bat emoji on the comment section. And thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.